Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Dear Asiwaju Tinubu, revisit your speech in 1999 before you run for president in 2023. Hello, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever we're reaching you today. We just want to keep it real and make you informed of what is going on in Nigeria and around the world. You know, it's no longer in news that Asiwaju Bola Tinubu intends to be Nigerian president, and he wants to be that by all means necessary. In fact, this has brought a rift between himself and the person of Kaduna State Governor El-Rufai, who said, "He's not my friend, though. We are not friends. He's not my man." In fact, he even went ahead to explain that if he wants to win Lagos State, he would destroy the whole godfatherism structure in Lagos State. He will start from now by putting structures in place, visiting the principal people, going around, talking to people, Why? All this started from when Bola Tinubu, they both approach each other saying, you be president and I'll be the vice. Well, Bola Tinubu doesn't want to be anybody vice president. He wants to be the president. Why? El-Rufai wants to be president. So now the matter be this. Anyway, let's get to the news and get all the details. Dear Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, revisit your speech in 1999 before you run for president in 2023. As we all know, the game for 2023 becomes more controversial as we are yet to give facts towards the headway of who the candidate of the present ruling party, APC, will be. However, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu Ahmed, as a national leader of the party, he seemed to have a key interest towards contesting in 2023 as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Before Asiwaju Bola Tinubu declares officially of his interest towards running for president in 2023, it is important to revisit his statement as the foundation of Lagos State governance under democracy. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu should see himself not only as a national leader of the party, but also as someone who knows the value of words and not some other politicians whose words expire immediately they finish saying it. There is power in every word that comes out of your mouth. And as such, we will advise Bola Tinubu to revisit his started democracy statement. In 1999, on the inauguration day of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, he said some things in a speech that should be remembered before he goes on running for presidency in 2023. Well, people, politicians of Nigerians, are they really to be trusted? I mean, generally, politicians, they say one promise, they say one thing, and they do something totally different, and they do something that is totally out of place, and you're wondering, is this what they really told us during their manifesto? Are these some of the lines they gave to us and made us believe them? Are these some of the things and promises they put in place and they said they were going to fulfill? And we all actually, we all take it seriously. We begin to even campaign personally, grassroots campaign, where we begin to go and tell people that, who are you voting for? Are you voting for this person or that person? We begin to do our own grassroots campaign. And before you know it, they emerge as our leaders. And guess what? They have totally forgotten the people who voted them in or the promises they made to the people. They have totally forgotten with no trace at all. They are so far from the promise they made to the people. And this cycle just continues on and on and on and on. Nigerians, what do we do? How do we go about this? What do we really stay in the midst of all this, where politicians come with so much promises, promising us that we're going to do this, we're going to make sure that there is road, electricity, children are going to go to school, we're going to make sure that our educational system is international standard. Guess what? Before you turn back and say Jack Robinson, their children are in the flight to the nearest country, either to US, to America, to US, to the United Kingdom, to Canada, to Australia, to school. and they leave the child of the less privileged one here. Those who they have not equipped the community or the country to be able to adequately look after. Nigerians, this pattern has to stop. We need to stand together and speak up against evil in our community. We need to stand together and make sure that we speak up against anything that is wrong so that we can move forward. You see, we need to stop that so that we can move forward as a community, as a state, as a country, because underdevelopment is happening because the people are not, they don't pay attention to what matters to Nigerians. Underdevelopment is at the rise because they don't care about the common man. Truly and really, all they are coming for is to make a name for themselves. All they are coming for is to make sure that they emerge as leaders oppressing us. Eh? These same people we voted in will come in again and oppress us. Their children will come in again and oppress us. Or didn't you see the news a few days ago? A man declaring, one bad man declaring that he wants to go for presidency. Guess who is speaking as his running mate? Yes, guess. Your guess is as good as mine. Yusuf Buhari, Buhari's son. So what are we talking about? There is serious oppression in the land. They come in, they give you so much promises, tell you that yes, we are going to move forward, we are doing this and that for the state, for the community, for the people, but it doesn't end up like that. They come up and they just, all the promises is laid waste. They continue with business as usual as soon as they get their dreams and aspirations. Nigerians, the whole scenario behind elections and politics in Nigeria, that's why we are saying, please, politicians are the same. Please don't put your hope in politicians and don't go about, declaring and killing yourself over one political party or the other. It doesn't worth it. At the end of the day, they are the same people, the same set of people. There is an adage my mom used to talk about. He said, an eagle in the forest. When he goes to the forest, and during the night, he goes in the forest. He lives in a very big tree in the forest. He sees this set of people coming in, this set of men coming in. And in the morning, he has another tree close to a church. He see this same set of men coming in again. The same people that are clapping hands, the same people are the same ones who are committing atrocity, all the evil prevailing in the society. They are the same people. And guess what the ego says? It's the same people. It's the same people. Nigerians, we must wake up and we must stop electing or relying on fake promises that lead us nowhere. We must stop not listening to promises and words from these people who have no thoughts about Nigerians, who don't have Nigerians in their slightest thought of memory at all. The minute they get what they want, that is it. Buy, and that is it. And Nigerians go back to square one, waiting for another 4 years or the 8 year to be over, 8 year tenure to be over, so that they can get new fresh promises. We need to grow up. Thank God today the internet is a global village where we are able to know exactly what is going on in the society. We are not gullible or driven around by their empty promises, but we know exactly who those that should lead us should be. That is what we are crying for. That is why we are here, making sure that Nigerians remember that whatever decision you make today, whoever you go to the polls to vote in as your president, as your senator, whatever position you vote anybody in, will affect not just you, but your children tomorrow. That's why we are saying, please stand by the side of good governance. Anyone who is not, who you can smell the rats. You know that these ones have no thoughts about Nigerians. All they are thinking about is themselves. Please, let's not go to that. Let's not go to that pose. We know that is, in Nigeria, it's you think about it. Does our vote really count? That's a subject for another day. But whatever you do, don't kill yourself for any politician. Youth, young men, young women, don't go and become a political talk to any politician. They don't deserve it. Let them pick their relatives to become thugs for them. Do you know what happens to thugs? Some lose their life in the process. Some die in the whole process. And the politicians don't give a thought about who they are. Those that, help them, those that fought for them to become leaders, to get into those positions they so desperately wanted. They are quickly thrown away like this with the slightest of the memory of the wind. And they are gone as though nothing happened. Nigerians, now the matter be this. So say Bola Tinubu go think about waiting in talk for 1999 if he truly won't be Nigerian president. What are your takes? Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button. God bless. Have a good day and bye for now.